So I have a decision to make. I'm going to buy a little bit of coins with like maybe $100 or so, maybe 110, 120 bucks. Do I want to get into more of the Cardano ecosystem or do I want to start in the Solana ecosystem? I'm actually leaning towards buying Muesli Swap in Cardano, and I'll tell you why in a moment. I kind of want to get in on the Solana ecosystem, but it is really high in price right now, actually, because of the Jupiter airdrop. And the two, I'm actually looking at DEXs. I'm not really looking at other projects. I'm looking at DEXs because I think those are the ones with the most opportunity. So on Solana, it'd be Orca and Radium. Orca's already got a Coinbase listing, and they're both around $300 million in market cap, about 40-50% dilution, which is okay. It's pretty much average for a lot of coins. And the $300 million market cap, I'm like going for a big win since I'm only going for like, 100, 200 bucks. I want to get in, get like, 30, 40, 50x out. And at $300 million for Radium and Orca, I'm really looking at very unlikely for those kinds of returns. Remember, like I think Uniswap will get to maybe $50 billion in market cap, maybe like 30, 40, $50 billion in market cap. And I think that some of the other coins can actually get to a small part of that. But I'm not going to bet on any DEX getting to more than like, $10 billion, even $5 billion market cap right now. And with $300 million in market cap, I would, to get to 30 billion, be like 100x or so. So the thing is, like, while it's still possible, I think it would have to achieve some really, really high numbers. And Solana is a little different. Their ecosystem isn't really congregated in like one DEX like many of the others are. It's actually split among several DEXs, so they'll all get some volume. And I think Orca and Radium will actually be fighting it out. The other thing is, like, there's Jupiter, some of you might say. That's not released yet, and I have a feeling that's going to release with a pretty high market cap, seeing how much hype it's actually gotten. So I'm not really sure if that would actually be a good investment right now. I think Solana, I think Radium, Orca, and Jupe would actually get me returns in the bull run. I just don't think like it's quite the returns I'm looking for like this kind of experiment that I'm doing. I mean, the reason I bought Jasmy last week is because I think Jasmy can get me really high returns in the bull run, not because it's a great project, but because it's fully diluted at this point. And I think it was like high up at like $4 back then. I think if it gets to like 15, 20 cents, I can get really good ROI. I think it's actually easier for something like Jasmy, even though it's a crap project, to actually get those returns than something like Radium and Orca, because they have diluted a lot since the last bull run. There's a lot more coins since the last bull run, and because they're going to split the DEX marketplace. And I still think Uniswap is going to be very, very dominant in terms of DEXs. The other DEXs are going to catch up slowly, especially with Solana's volume. But I am actually looking at either Radium or Orca. If between those two, I might actually be leaning towards Radium a little bit, although Orca is on Coinbase, I believe, so I could actually buy some of that. The other option is Cardano. I could buy more MinSwap. I already have plenty of MinSwap. I'm not really too worried about that. I have tons of MinSwap right now because that's one of my main bags. So I don't really want to buy more of that. I don't mind buying a bit of Muesli Swap. And Muesli actually attracts me a lot because Muesli was like this kind of almost like kind of a joke swap when it first started. And it's actually done really good for itself. I mean, it's only 20 million. It's only like 20 million TVL or so, but it is the second biggest DEX, well, 19.88. It's the second biggest DEX on Cardano behind MinSwap. And it's about a fourth of MinSwap's liquidity or TVL, but it's not a fourth of MinSwap's market cap. If you look at Muesli Swap on CMC, you'll see that Muesli Swap's milk, by the way, you'll see that it's only $14 million market cap. Now, the volume is the milk tokens, and there's not a lot of milk tokens. Muesli Swap is actually not, milk is not the main coin that I think that's traded on Muesli Swap. And the thing is, like, I'm interested in these Cardano swaps because I know that these Cardano swaps will actually gain volume once they get USDC, and I think USDC is around the corner now. I'm not talking about wrapped USDC, I'm talking about native USDC. And some of you might be saying, well, Charles doesn't want native USDC. that might be true, but Charles isn't the one making decisions here. He doesn't own most of the Cardano. It's the community that'll actually vote. And I think the community is going to come out much in favor of USDC. Once you get USDC on these platforms, I think you're going to see like this Cardano TVL and the Cardano ecosystem soar. And that's going to make these coins excessively valuable compared to where they are now. Like, I don't think Solana has that kind of jump anymore, because Solana obviously has USDC, it has the liquidity. And I think that's the thing that's separating Cardano from Solana right now, is that Solana does have USDC, and Cardano is going to get it sooner or later. And I think it's not only MinSwap that's going to be affected. I think it's MusliSwap and all of these. I mean, if you look at MusliSwap, it started out as a couple, like maybe a couple 100,000 in TVL. It's grown up to about 19 million. I didn't actually think that the swap was actually going to last this long or very long. I thought it was just kind of like that was going to get buried under the other dexes, because, you know, like Wing Riders, Sunday Swap, and a lot of these were actually like way below MusliSwap, but now MusliSwap's climbed way ahead of them. And Musli honestly hasn't had too much marketing. It's actually grown up, I think, more or less organically. Now, 18 million obviously is a very small amount, but I think that can bloom to hundreds of millions in a bull run, especially when like people are looking for dexes to actually invest in. And Cardano people are going to be looking for Cardano dexes to actually invest in at that point. A lot of people already know about MinSwap. When they look further down, they're going to be looking more towards MusliSwap. And it's actually come up in the list of projects quite a lot via organic growth. Like, I haven't really used it, but I've heard it actually, I've used it like once really early on. I think it works. I've heard it actually works pretty well. And I think it's going to continue climbing the ranks. Will it challenge MinSwap for dominance in the DeFi market in Cardano? Unlikely, but you know, I haven't really heard of any big errors that MusliSwap has actually made. So like the other ones, obviously, you know, with Sunday Swap, that had a huge blunder basically when they debuted, and they've never really they never really recovered from that. Wing Riders got hit really hard with a Nomad hack, and they haven't really recovered from that. So I think Musli might actually have a little bit of trust, as weird as that sound. I'm not really aware of Musli having like a lot of VC money, because I don't think it did. But I think it's just like slowly come up from a couple $100,000 to like $20 million as people have like ditched some of these other exchanges and like have gone into it. And Milk, despite, you know, like the price hasn't really climbed all that much, as you can see, it's actually a little bit below its debut price, and there's 60% of the Milk actually out right now, and the fully diluted market cap's only 24 million, so there is a long time to grow. And that's why I'm like leaning towards MusliSwap over Radium and Orca, because it's more than, even the fully diluted is like 10 times less than what Radium, more than 10 times less than Radium Orca. And if you look at the non-fully diluted, it's over 20 times less. So the thing is, like, I do believe this is one of those big surprises that could actually happen in the bull run, and definitely something that I can see being just kind of a hidden gem, a really small DEX that has the potential to grow, that has actually been growing in terms of TVL throughout all of this at a much higher percentage than something like MinSwap or even Radium and Orca at this point since the beginning, and it's slowly organically growing, and that's really something I'm looking for. But I do want to diversify myself in terms of chains. So if there's any other projects that you think I should like look at on Solana that have a lot of potential, or, you know, on Cardano that have a lot of potential, let me know. I'm mainly focusing on DEXs, but I'm not against buying other coins. Like meme coins, sure, I already have my bags of meme coins. I'm not that interested in meme coins at this point. But the swaps and everything, like there's another swap, another protocol that like is actually interesting to look at on Solana or Cardano. I definitely want to invest in more of these ecosystem tokens, because as much as I like the main tokens like Solana, Cardano, Near and Injective, I do believe that these ecosystem tokens, some of the smaller ones, have the most ROI potential. And with these like little bets of like $100, $200, I do want to put my money in some of these, because, you know, like I got Floki, which is a meme coin, someone donated. I've got Caspa, which is another small L1, someone donated. Bought some Doge, which I don't have too high hopes for, but hopefully Elon pumps it. bought some SNEC just for fun, bought some Jasmy because of maybe there's an off chance there's a pump. And of course I have ADA Min Swap as one of my main bags or main pairs. And then Muesli Swap I think could be a good one, but I'm also looking for other pairs. Now, if the Abyssal Gaming thing was actually on Coinbase, I would actually buy that, but it's not. And I don't want to sign up for MEXC or use a VPN or anything, so I'm not going to buy it right now. And I didn't see on CMC where the other marketplaces were actually at that I had access to. Otherwise, I would buy that. But all the Solana ecosystem and Cardano ecosystem coins, I do actually have access to. So let me know which one you think I should actually buy in the comments. And, if there's any other projects on either ecosystem that I should look at, let me know as well. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.